So once you double click on Tail software, the application will be look like this. From here we can how to open the new project. Okay, so here the project we have a target for this particular software. The name of target will be created, and once you created a project, so inside you will be doing number of projects. So each and every file you can save it in .asm file and you can execute. So first we will see how to open a new project. Okay, so click on project, new project. Okay, so new project. So here you can see, here you can see where your files are stored in C drive in the respective Tail software. So if you go, so via these folders, a new folder is created. Okay, otherwise you can delete some other and you can open new one. Right? See, I'll create a folder here, new folder. Right? So simply I can present here your USN number. Just type your user number. Keep all the files inside your user number. Just created a folder now. Okay. So inside the folder, I'm going to create projects. Okay. So for that, I'm going to create a project. Right. So I'm going to save this. Okay. So once I give save, so here you have to specify on which microcontroller you are going to work. So I'm going to select Philips 80C51FA. There are a few more controllers out there. You can go with that also, no problem. So select this option and click on OK. Right? Yes. Now target is created. Okay.
Sir, under Philips, which one?
Under Philips 80C51FA. You can click on that. Okay. Is there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So once see in project window, you must see target, right? So inside this target, there is source group 1, and it will be the file is created like this. Okay, project file. Okay. Now go to file in pop-up menu where you are going to write your program. Go to file, new file. Okay, new file. So where this is the file you are going to write your program in assembly language. Okay. Now you have to save this file. File, save. Okay. File, save. Save the file in .asm file. So first project, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do block transfer or data transfer .asm file. I have to save my file in .asm. Extension is .asm. Okay. So, okay. Now I have saved. Okay. Right. So this file is, you have opened and saved. So this particular file, .asm file, should be linked with your target. Okay, here this is your target. So you have to add this file, add file to group, source group 1. Right click on that, add file to group source. Click on that. Okay, so you can see one tab here. So go to here, files of type. Since we have saved the file in ASM.asm, click on ASM source file. It will show your file here. Click on that, add. Click on that, add. Okay, now, so now you can close. After adding, you can see file. Your file is added to your target file. Okay, this is the general procedure. How to open a simple assembly file for your application. Okay, so here the project is the file we created as a general target file. Within the target file, you have created a file .asm file where you are going to write the program. Okay, so this is the structure of Keil software you must do initially. Okay, once you have created the file, here you are going to write your assembly program. Okay, so here you will be writing your assembly program. So now, so from this part, from up to this point, you must know how to open a new file, how to create a target, how to link your assembly program with this your target. Okay, that you must know. That is initial step. The second step, you have to write the algorithm, that is programming code for your application. After doing that, for example, this is a transfer of block of data, or you are transferring your 10 data from one location to another location. This is a first simple program. Okay, you are taking a 10 data. Initially, before executing your program, you are loading the 10 data into input location. For example, this is your input location, 30H. I'm selecting 30H as my input location, where I'm loading the data 1. In 31H, I'm loading the data 2. So like that, sequentially I'm loading. Okay. So once after loaded your input, this is your input. This is your input. This is your input. Okay. Then execute the program. After giving the input, execute the program. This is your output. You can see at the output location. Now I will tell you. Now I will tell you how to give the input, how to execute your current program, and how to see the output. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
can you repeat like from after creating target, sir?
After creating target. Okay.
And a bit slow, sir.
Okay. Okay. See, I'll go with here. Project close. Yes. Right. Everything is closed now. So first, I am going to project, new project. Okay. So here already, if you here you can create a new folder with your serial number. Okay, 19EE whatever something. Okay, your serial number. Okay. So you have created a folder. So inside that folder, you are going to create a projects, right, in common name, right? So I'm going to create some project. This is your target file. That is the main file. Okay. Simple I'll give. Okay. Save. So now, so you have to select the controller. Go to Philips, select 8051 controller, which has this specification. So you can select any controller which has, that is, it should be 8051 based. See, for example, this is also 8051 based. control, you can select that also, no problem. Output will be same. Click on this, then OK. Yes. Okay. Now your 8051 controller is selected. Your 8051 controller is selected. Okay. Now you want to write the code. For that, you have to open a file which is there in the pop-up menu. File, new file. File, new. Okay. File, new. So here you have to you have opened the file. Okay. Now you have to save this file. File, save. Okay. So file name should be end with ASM extension. So I'm going to start my first program, that is data transfer or block transfer. Data transfer. So I have to save this file in ASM as assembly file. That's why I given extension .asm. Save. Okay. Right. So this .asm file should be linked with your target. This particular target. So you right click on this target. Source group is there, no? You right click on that. Now add file to group source. Add files to group source. Okay. So here the files of type, go there, click on assembly source file, because you have saved the file in assembly language, that is assembly file. Then click this data transfer .asm file and add. So now the file is added. Okay, close it. See, now your file is added here. Okay, so now you can develop the program. So if the file is saved properly, you can see this colorful data. Otherwise, you cannot see this color. Okay, fine. So right now, you can able to open the file and write the coding. Okay, now we will see the execution part, output part. That is how to execute your program. Till now it is okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, but the program didn't come, sir.
Program?
After creating everything, the program is not coming. Just the blank screen is
Yeah,
coming.
that we have to type. So I have copied and
Okay.
pasted. So
Okay, sir.
just that we will do. So after your, you know how to open the file, then how to execute file, then we will see how to do the program step by step. Okay.
Okay,
So
thank
now
you, sir.
we will see as per this program. See, my input, there should be some, we are giving input to the corresponding location. See, for example, the internal memory. Okay. In the internal memory, location 30H, we are giving some data. 31H, we are giving some data. Up to 10 location, we are giving data. That is my input. So from this location, I am transferring all the data, 10 data, to the other location. Where is my other location is 50H. To that 50H, I am sequentially passing my data or copying data. Okay, from that is in 30H, one is the data, that one data we are pushing to 50H. So 31, I have 2 is my data I have given as an input. After program executed, the 51H data 2 is passed. So sequentially data is transferred from one location to another location. So this is my program. Okay. So once after I developed a program, so I want to check whether any error in my program or not. So for example, I'm going to build here. So you in left corner, you can see build target. If I click on that, it will show there is an error or not. Zero error. See, for example, in my program, if I do some syntax error, okay, if I remove here comma, okay, so which is a syntax error for my program. See, if I build this or compile this program, it will show error. See, target is not created because there is an error. Where this error? See, in 11th row, it's showing some error. So you have to check this instruction, right? Okay. Now you understand how to compile your program now. That is, your assembly code will be converted into mission code now. That is into opcode. I think you can now, after writing your program, you know how to compile your program. Okay, fine. So now you are going to give input to your program. After that, you are going to execute. Okay, right. So once there is a no error, then probably this particular program you can dump into main hardware. Okay, but in here in practical, we are going to see everything in simulation part itself. For that, to see, to give the input and to see the output, everything, we have to go to debug mode. Okay, so here it is there is one icon, start stop debug section. So click on that, click OK. Okay, all right. See, in debug section, so here the left corner you can see run button. Okay, if you click on that, the program is executed. Just like inside the hardware, how the hardware performs, you can see here. In simulation itself, you can see what is the based on input, you can get the output. Okay. So for this program, you must give the input, right? So for that, we are going to internal memory to the corresponding address, that is 30H. So for that, I'm going to internal memory. So here you can see memory, virtual memory. I think everybody can able to see here down. Memory hash 1, memory hash 2, memory hash 3, memory hash 4. After clicking this
yes, sir.
icon, if it is not, see, go to here, view, go to memory window. Okay, view memory window. So click on that, it will show the memory window. Okay, right. So for internal memory, you type I colon. So now I want to go to which memory location? 30H means 0x hexadecimal 30 location. Click enter. So in 30H, what I want to give, you can give your own data. See, for that, I want to give, I'm going to modify the data inside this particular memory location. See, modify memory at 1 colon 30x30. So now, see, I'm going to give some sequence data. So if you give sequentially comma, comma with some numerical value, it will take next location. Okay. But all the data will be saved in Exa form. After giving OK, you see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is in Exa form. 10 is what? A. Right? So that is loaded. This is what you have modified. You have given the input in the corresponding location, right? Till now, you have the program with you. You have given the input. Okay. Now you are going to execute. After execution, you will see these data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 should be transferred to the another locations where the location is 50H. Okay. Now I'm going to execute my program. So before that, I'll tell you here there is one icon. Step in, step over and all. Step in to execute individual instruction one by one. One instruction will be executed if you click on this. So you can see what is happening for each and every instruction that you can practice by your own. Now, as of now, I will execute the entire program. Click on run button. Shall I click on run button? See, the program is executed now. Whatever as per the program, data is shifted from one location to another location. See, here it is the data 01 is that in the location 30H is moved to the location here. You tell me whether it is the 50H or not. Anybody can tell me whether the one moved to the location 50H or not. For that, see here 43 is there. No, this is 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. After 49 in hexa form, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E, 4F. After 4F, location will start from 50. Okay. So in 50, data 01 is copied. See, in 50, data 1 is copied because 1 is given in location 30H. So in 51 location, data 2 is copied. 2 is copied. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So now you can see as per the program, the block of data, that is a quantity of data is transferred from one location to another location. So now you can understand that how the data is transferred from one location to another location. And also you have seen how how to open a file, how to save the file, how to link the file with target, and how to execute the file, how to compile the file. I think now you can understand everything, right? Are you okay with this? Shall we look into the program one by one? That is line by line. Or you want to practice one more time?
Maybe once we start writing programs.
Yes.
Maybe once we start writing program.
Yeah. Okay. So see, it is in debug mode now. After seeing all the output, you stop running. Click on that red cross mark. That is stop running. To come out from debug mode, see whatever the correction you do here, that you should not do here while in the debug mode. Come out from that. Click on that once again. You will come out to the normal mode. Now you are in the normal mode. Okay. Now you can do whatever you want. Compile, check for error. Then finally you can go to the debug mode and you can execute it. Okay. Okay. Now let us see the program. Okay. One by one. Okay. I'll tell you. Yeah. Okay. Once again, I'll copy this program in some notepad. Okay. See, let us start the program now. I'll tell you each and every line. So initially, on your caps lock, okay, just give whatever everything in capital letter. Origin 00H, which tells you that the next code, that is your instruction, next instruction will be loaded into the memory location at 00. Initial at the starting location. For example, in program memory, at the location 00H memory address. In this location, your first instruction is going to be loaded. Your first instruction is going to be loaded. If I put 30H, your first instruction is going to be loaded in the 30H location. If I put 50, then your instruction, that is the first instruction is going to be loaded in that particular location. Okay. So always try 30H. Okay. Right. So now, just look into the program. So we have an instruction. First instruction, move R0, comma, asterisk. Okay. Why we are moving this 30 to the R0 means? So now what as per this instruction, what happens? 30 is moved to R0, right? Now in R0 we have 30H because we have to point to this particular location, that is source location. See now, move to accumulator, comma, at R0. This is my another instruction which tells you that at 30H, whatever the data, that is moved to accumulator, right? So now accumulator has the data 1, right? So because initially you loaded in 30H, the value is 1 now, right? So why we are moving 30 is like a pointer, this value is, once it is moved to R0, it is pointing to 30H location. That is what you should understand. So I can say like it is a source pointer. Okay, right. So now you want to know the destination pointer. Destination pointer, let me take another register. I am pointing any location, 50 or 60, whatever maybe you want. It is my destination location. Destination location or destination pointer, okay, whatever. So now in accumulator, we have 0, 1, right? In accumulator, I have 0, 1. What I'm going to do is, see, move at R1, comma, accumulator. What happens now? The data in the accumulator, that is 0, 1, is moved to at 51. So that is at 50H. That is at 50H. At 50H location, the data 1 is moved. Right? So this is my instruction. Now, next, I have an instruction. So this is how you have to take a paper and pen, do it, how to write the algorithm and all. So now I take another register where I'll be loading some data. That is how many data I want to pass it. How many data I want to pass it. Okay. So for better understanding, keep everything in Excel. Okay. This is for counting, or you can say it is number of data to transfer. Okay, I'm going to transfer 10 data. I'm going to transfer 10 data. Okay. Okay. Now, see. So as per this instruction, from 30H, we have taken one value that is loaded into accumulator. From accumulator, we have pushed to 50H location over. Now, what I can do is, I want to go to next location, that is 31H. What I want to do is, I'm going to increment R0, right? R0. See this semicolon is not necessary if you're not using any command. Okay, this is all command. Okay, this everything is command for your understanding. So I have incremented R0. Now we are pointing to 31H. Now what is the data in R0? 31 is there. 31H. Okay. So similar way, I am incrementing R1. So where my destination location also increased. That is my source. This is my source location. This is my destination location. Okay, that also increased. Location pointer or whatever you want, you can use it. Now, I'm going to have the another condition. The decrement and jump not 0, which is not 0 for 10 values. That is R2. I'm going to have a loop. So my loop should be in this point, so that the operation, that is whatever the value incremented to the corresponding location, at that location, data is moved to accumulator. From accumulator, it is moved to destination location. That is like 51H, whatever my second data will be saved. So like that, 53, third data is passed. So like that, sequentially. So continuously this loop will be executing. Okay. This is after completion, short jump here. Okay. This is my, any doubt here? Any doubt? See, I'm just explaining this part. This is the main program. Okay. This is what the initialization. This is what your exact program into the loop. Right? See, I'm why this decrement R0. So initially it is 0A. So now it is going to decrement to 09H. Okay. First time it is decremented to 09. Then it will jump to loop when the condition is true. What the condition? Not 0. Yes, it is not 0. 09 is not 0. Condition is true. It will go to loop. It will go to this loop. Okay. Then it will go to here. Then at R0, what is R0 now? What is R0 now? What is R0 now? 30. See, I have incremented R0. Now R0, I have data 31. So here it is 31. At R0, that is 31. R0 is 31 now. 31H. That is at